everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new here, hi, welcome. In this video I'm going to be doing a junk journaling process video, so a junk journal with me video where I'll be creating a 2-page spread kind of similar to this one. I'm quite excited because the other day I ordered lots of new lace trims from eBay. I don't know if you can see them, but they are just beautiful. And other than that, I have some pink and cream paper scraps that I wanted to use. I don't want to throw them away, so I thought I want to create something with them. So those will be the main materials for this junk journal with me. So I've already selected the pages I want to decorate, so it'll be these two. They're just lined and blueberry dyed paper, so I don't really mind covering them with other papers and fabrics. So the first thing I'm going to do is create the background. I'm going through my papers and I end up choosing this beautiful illustrated book page with pastel pink flowers. I just trim it to roughly the size of the page, and I proceed to ink it with Distress ink. I believe it's the Vintage Photo Effect ink from Tim Holtz. I love the look and feel it creates on any piece of paper and even fabric. So you can see I'm also distressing the page, and then I'm just gonna glue the image onto it. I then move on to create a pocket with a scrap of paper I didn't want to throw away. Again, I'm just trimming it and distressing it and gluing it. This time I'm not using liquid glue, I'm just using double-sided tape so I can create the pocket. Later on I will create a little journaling card with some book quotes, and I'm gonna decorate it and then I'm gonna put it in the pocket. Then for the other page it was a bit more complicated because it has that fold, but I started with adding another illustrated book page from this lovely book I have. I love the kind of watercolor appearance it has. It's just really beautiful. So again, I ink it so it looks consistent with that distressed look and feel. And then I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do with that fold, and I end up choosing some lace effect scrap of paper I had, and I'm inking it, and then I'm just trying to decide what to do with that little square at the top, and I end up adding a leftover piece of that beautiful book paper. So again, trimming it, inking it, gluing it. The process is quite similar when you're just collaging the main background and creating that base look for your spread. And then off camera I went in and added some lace, as you can see, on top of the pocket on the outer side of the fold. I wanted to add some texture, and as I said before, I bought these beautiful lace trims from eBay. I think I bought like 30 meters of lace in cream and white, so they're quite neutral and I can just add them to lots of different projects, because they just go well with pretty much anything really. Then I'm adding this beautiful music paper to the inner part of the folds, and then I added some lace. After that, I wanted to create something even more special, so I went in and added some texture paste with this floral tile-like stencil. So that was the first time I have actually tried it, and I really like how it turned out, so I'll probably do that again in future projects. Underneath my hand, actually, you can't see it right now, but on that page I've also glued some antique style French label and just a bit of some scrap piece of paper. In this part, I'm actually creating the journaling card I mentioned. So I just used this Project Life card I didn't really like the design of, and then I collaged some papers on it that match kind of the theme and the color scheme of the spread. So, and then I'm just collaging some little scraps of paper to add some dimension, and they just look nice really. So yeah, I'm just gluing them on top of each other, and then I decide to add some lace on the side. Honestly, I'm just obsessed with lace at the moment. I'm loving adding it to all of my projects, and I can't wait to try and add it to like a journal cover and make a big project with lots of lace. For the journaling card, I then added a little belly band with the same paper I used for the pocket. So I'm just adding some double-sided tape, and then I'm going to distress it. Actually, I've already distressed it, sorry. I'm just going to glue it. And then for this really fun part, I've been creating some tiny charms with beads to add, a new element to my journals. So I just link them to a paper clip and then add them onto the journaling card or the pages, and they just look really lovely. So this one just has two tiny beads, one kind of gold and one shiny pink in kind of muted tones. So now back to the journal. I'm adding some like embellishments to the page. So I'm adding this little scrap piece of paper with some calligraphy on it, and then I'm sewing some buttons to that little bit of lace. So I chose this kind of transparent pink vintage button and this just plain white button, and I think they look really nice together. And then I just simply glue it on to the page. I find that tacky glue actually works really well with small pieces of fabric, not just paper. And then, because I really liked how the texture paste effect looked on the other page, I then decided to create a little textured flower on that side. And then again on the outer part of the fold, which has the collaged papers and the lace. So I think that's kind of the finished look for the outer part of the fold. And then for the final steps, I don't know about you, but I often find it's really difficult to journal on pages, just like writing my thoughts or writing about my day. What I like to do most of the time is just I collect quotes and poems from books and authors that I love to read, so it just kind of comes naturally to me to just kind of keep like notebooks with quotes and literature that I love. So I just picked this poem about flowers, and I just trimming it and inking it and gluing it onto the page in different places, and then gluing the author's name as well on the fold. I then kind of noticed that it looks quite dark with the text on it, so I then added some texture paste to kind of mute those brown colors, and I really like how it turned out. It just kind of muted those colors and created a nice softer look to the page. So that's it really, that's how it turned out. I really like the whole look. It's pink, it's soft, it's got lots of lace, it's got all my favorite things, it's got florals. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I hope you learned something from this, or that you got inspired to create something for your journal. Let me know in the comments any feedback that you have. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.